welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. Well, this battle started rather quickly. It's an M44 Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Redshire, and this one is under the command of Hawkeye 6121. Okay, well, he's got a 155mm howitzer. He's capable of doing 550 Alpha, and he can penetrate 39mm of armour. And he's got a burst radius of 7 meters as well, which is still quite useful. Now his reload time is 18.07 seconds. Now that's quite long for an M44, and the reason is that he's not using any premium consumables, and he splashed that Cromwell of 205 hit points of damage, and he's now being taken apart by his teammates. The kill went to a T-3485M. Okay, he's loaded again. Now you can increase the speed of the reload if you've got a rammer. Now I suspect the fact that he's got a reload time of 18 seconds means that he doesn't have a rammer, or if he doesn't have a rammer, he might actually have a crew without brothers in arms. Because all of these things do improve the reload time. And they do improve it quite dramatically as well. You can take the reload time down to about 15.5 seconds if you use one of the enhanced rammers. Okay, he's going for the KV-85 but changes his mind, goes for the Skoda T40, and the shell explodes at the gate. Okay, he's lining up a shot on that T21, and the shell explodes at the aim point, so it was accurate, but not sure if it hit the T21. Probably stunned him. Over on the Zeppelin side, we can see a T150 and a T37, but sadly they are now behind the Zeppelin itself, and it's very difficult to get a shot in there. And we were just briefly following a AMX 12 ton. Now he's lining up a shot on that T150 as if the T150 is going to pull back. He does, and the shell zips over the top of him and lands behind him. Okay, he's lining up a shot on an AMD 178B, and he killed him with a blind shot there. He fired it at the same spot where it was last seen, and it was still there. So it must have been a penetrating shot, went straight through him. Of course, the armour on the AMDs is very light, so it's very likely that it was a penetrating round. Okay, we've got an IKV-65-2. He's trying to line up the shot on it because it's sitting there behind that hill. And, well, that's probably near it. I think that IKV is trying to get shots on the T-3485M in the small village north of the castle. And the enemy's just lost their M44, so they've lost one of their Arty. They've still got two more. Meanwhile, the enemy has actually managed to kill all of our defenders over by the Zeppelin. And we're watching a 5916, a Japanese light tank, making a quick run down the east side of the map. And unfortunately that shell did miss, and we've just lost our FB304, the Burt. Okay, now we're going to be loaded very shortly, but our teammates nearby, the other M44, and he's just fired, so he might be in grave danger. Here comes the 5916, lining up, rounds out. It's a hit, 225, but it's not a kill shot. And that M44 is now aware that he's in grave danger. In fact, actually, he's just been hit. And the reason he's been hit was there's a T-37 in the vicinity as well. We're almost loaded. We fire a round in and damage the T-37. It was a good shot. It avoided the M44 getting stunned, but unfortunately the T-37 has managed to give enough information to the T-150, who then takes the kill. And now there's a number of enemy tanks sitting the other side of the river, and that 5916's headed this way. Okay, we're lining up a shot, working out where he's going. Oh, well, the kill for that one went to the Churchill 7, but our shell was near the point at which he exploded. So if the Churchill 7 didn't get the kill, we would probably. Now the T-37 and the T-150 are probably at this point getting ready to cross the river. Yeah, one of them is the T-37. Just took a shot at our 5916, and that shell hit the water. Didn't damage the T-37. I think it hit the other side of the bank. And instead we're aiming for the T-150. Okay. Almost loaded. He's headed towards those houses. 5916 just needs to tell us where he is. There he is, going the other side of the houses. Line it up, and he's tracked. Oh, and the shell zipped over the top of him and landed behind him. But he did get killed by the 5916. So there's only 3 enemies remaining: an IKV-65-2, their M44, and an EZ-8. And there's the EZ-8. Now, where do we put the shell? Well, he's hiding behind that rock, just the other side of the ridgeline. Good hit! Solid hit! 228. Right into his side. It must have tracked him. He's still there. Type 64 going up for a quick look. Yes, he is still there. Pulling back, though. It's a really bad hit for him. 228's a lot of his hit points. Okay, lining up another one. Rounds out. Oh, no. It exploded on the ridgeline just short of him. Okay, there's the IKV. Now, it's a little more difficult for the IKVs because they have to stay still in order to get an accurate shot. Firing on the move is not easy for those tank destroyers. And, well, 143 hit points. He did stop temporarily. Okay, he stopped to take a shot. He fires, pulls back. We're almost loaded. We could get a kill because he's low on hit points. Okay, work out where he's going. Fires the round in. Splash kill. And that means there's only one enemy left. It's the M44. And we think he's over in the northeast corner of the map, somewhere over here, because that's the area that wasn't checked by our teammates the last time. He might be around the corner, somewhere at B9 or B0. That's a possibility. Much more likely, though, he'd be over in that corner. They're going to have a look in the copse. In the wood. Is he over there? 5916's going over a quick look. Not been seen. Though somebody is indicating B0. That's what I thought that they might be. Type 64's had a quick look over that side. No, they didn't check in grid square B0. And they're now going over there to have a quick look. Of course, he might have come south by now. It's very possible that he's decided to move south for safety. We fired a round in there to upset him. If he is in there. Okay, so possibility might be in that little corner. There's trees around there so that he could hide amongst them. If the 5916 goes in and has a look, well, somebody fired a round into that, deep into that corner, into B0, and he could be in there because the 5916 didn't take a proper look. And Arty can hide amongst the bushes, and you can get really close and never discover them until you actually come within 50 meters. And yes, he was there, and he's just been killed. He was hiding behind those bushes, so the 5916 missed out on a kill. And it appears that the enemy was lost in battle, or one of our teammates was lost in battle. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's the second-class tanker for Hawkeye 6121 in the M44. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13 in that one. And he got a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken down by others. And his win rate for that game was 3837, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he managed to get 1,773 hit points of damage. So he did get the highest damage in the game, but for some reason he didn't get the high caliber, and that may be that it was not 20% of the enemy hit pool in total. The next high score is the Jagdpanzer IV with 1,519 hit points. He managed to get Pescucci for killing 2 of the enemy Arty, and the third highest scorer was the IKV-65-2 with 1,124 hit points. When it came to kills, it was the Jagdpanzer IV who did the best. He got 4 kills. Hawkeye got 2, so did the T-3485M, the Type 64 and the 5916, and there were 5 tanks on the enemy team who managed to get 2 kills as well. And when it came to base XP, it was Hawkeye who did the best with 779, 720 base experience points goes to the Jagdpanzer IV, and 670 to the 5916. Fired 19 rounds, got 3 direct hits, 1 penetration, and 10 splash, damage of 1,773 hit points, all of which was at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 544 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 25,538 credits, and after a resupply of ammunition, took away 15,943 credits. He got 1 bond for getting the Confederate, and 779 base XP, and there was no multiplier, so that's all the experience points he took away. But it's a very good game for Hawkeye 6121. I think the enemy did get rather too close to him at one point when he lost his M44 teammate and the FE304. There were a couple of tanks that could come just straight across the river and got after him, but it appears that his other teammates realised that they did need to come back and help him, and thank goodness that they did, because they managed to intercept those tanks before they could do any damage. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification button so you get alerted when the new video goes up, and thank you for watching.